Okay, it is finally time to make some leaves, and where we're going to start, if you remember, we made those three the three stems first. We're going to start in one of the shorter of the two. So if you put your largest stem at the 12 o'clock position, we're going to start with the one to the right of it. All right, that's where we're going to start, and we're going to start on the underneath side of it, which is where we have those leftover strands from working into the chain. That's what our stitches are for this one. Okay, that's what's referred to as stitches. So I'm going to use Old Faithful avocado. Obviously you use whatever you want for your leaves, and the pattern for the actual leaves remains the same across these three stems. It's just like the hopping between and the slip stitches and stuff that are different, but let's look at how we make those lovely leaves. So to start with, we're going to join our yarn into the 5th stitch. So I'm going to find my first, there's my first sort of strand of unworked chain. That's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and so I'm going into number 5. Don't pull yours like that. I was doing that for illustrative purposes. It should kind of go back, but we don't want to leave any saggy loops. Right, so I'm going to pull up a loop and close that with a chain. That's not counting as my first stitch, that is just joining. Okay, so here we go with our leaf pattern. We're going 1 double crochet. We've got enough stitches that we can do a nice gentle curve on these, so they're lovely. 1 double, 1 half, 1 treble, 2 treble into the next one. Again, all written nice and clearly in your pattern. One treble, 1 half, and that brings us right up to the tip of that leaf. And we are going to put, shouldn't be a surprise, we've done these a lot, haven't we? We're going to put 3 in there, 3 double crochet, I beg your pardon, into that leaf, and come down the other side and just reverse that pattern. Okay, so we'll come down with a half, and then a treble. Let's try and get those out of the way. And then 2 treble. And then 1 treble. Oh no, hang on, I've missed a treble. Should have gone in the same place. So that's where the 2 treble in that one stitch. 1 and a half, and finishing this leaf with a double. So let's have a little look at that. Look at that, how pretty that is. So it's a lovely gradual sort of slender, gradually curved slender leaf, and it's the same pattern we're going to make across these three stems. All right, so all we need to really think about is how we hop between the two. So for this time we're going to make 3 chain, and on this next one we're going to skip 5 stitches because it's a little bit longer, isn't it? We're going to skip the 5 stitches. So skipping 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and again we're working in the underside of those chains, the leftover bits of the chains. Now because this one is a little bit longer, we've got extra stitches, so we're going to start this one by doing 2 slip stitches in the first 2 stitches. So there's 1 and there's 2. Okay, and we're going to, as I said, work as before. So we're going in with the first one with a 1 double crochet. If you're finding it difficult to get into that little stitch, use your hook to literally hook it down to give you a bit of space. 1 double, 1 half, 1 treble, 2 treble into the next, 1 treble, 1 half, and there we are again at the tip. So you can see it's exactly the same pattern. So I'm just going to whiz around down the other side. Three at the top to turn, and I'll just finish this leaf. Okay, I've just completed the double there, and I'm now going to do 2 slip stitches in those last stitches there. So 1 and 2, and that is the center leaf done, and we've got that little chain joining the 2 together. Okay, so we're going to skip across again with 3 chains, the last of these 3 stems, and this time it's the shortest stem again, so we're going back to skipping the 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'm going into that one there. All right, so now that you know where to go, you won't need to watch me make this leaf, so I'll quickly whiz around and do that. Okay, so I've got to the end of that 3rd leaf. Let me just show you. Trying to keep those out of the way. So I've got my 3 leaves there. We're now going to move on and make these little sort of leaf bud, or just the small leaves, I guess they are. We're going to make these now. Okay, so what we're going to do, sorry, we're going to make the first one of those, not all at once. So 1 chain, we're skipping everything on the rest of this stem, and we're skipping this stitch here on the center ring, and into this next stitch we're going to make a double treble 3 together. All right, so double treble 3 together is twice around the hook. We're doing UK terminology. I'm going to go into that stitch, yarn over, oh my hook, sorry, my yarn is caught, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, and leave 2 loops on the hook. Same again, twice around the hook, into that same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. I've now got 3 loops on the hook. One more time, twice around the hook, into the same space, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. I've now got 4 loops on the hook, so I'm going to yarn over and go through all of them. Okay, and that's created that nice little bud. What we're now going to do is we're just sort of doing some functional chains up behind this next, or up behind the flower. Okay, so it's a little bit fiddly, this bit, and there are places where you don't have to specifically worry about where you're joining your stitch. Let me tell you about that. For now, let's just do 5 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to look at my stem that's going up into my flower and skip 7 stitches on it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and I'm going to put a double crochet into that stitch. It's right behind the flower. All right, so 1 double crochet into that stitch. Now it's going to get a little bit fiddly. I'm going to fold my flower forward. So if you look what I've done, I've brought it up to the top position, fold it forward, make 1 chain, which will take me behind the stem, and I'm going to make a double crochet into the stitch on the next side. of the stem. Now it is fiddly, and in the pattern it says it's not imperative that you get the exact stitch. So let me do that again. I've kind of come behind the flower. I've made my chain to come across the back of the stem, and I want to go into the double crochet, or the next stitch if you like, on the other side of the stem and make a double crochet. So however you can get that caught in there, do it. It's not imperative you get the same stitch. Just want to get it secured behind that flower. All right, so you can sort of see that. Okay, nobody's going to look. Jane has given you fullest permission in her written pattern to do that. All right, so you're all good. So 5 chain again, coming down the other side. Skip all of this stem. We're doing nothing with that. We're doing nothing with the next double crochet. We're going into the one following, excuse me, and we're going to make that double treble 3 together, just as we did the first one. So into that next double on the ring there. Yarn around your hook twice, remember. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Leave 2 on the hook. Twice again, through in the same place. Yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Twice again, same place. Yarn over. And now I've got the 4 loops on the hook, then I can go through all 3 of them. So all 4 of them even. All of them, to make that double treble 3 together. Okay, so now you can see. Let's just stop, see what we've got. Okay, it's starting to make a little more sense now. We've got our nice 3 leaves on those stems. We've got our 2 little double treble 3 together kind of small leaves, and behind that flower the chains are joining the leaves all together, right sort of towards the top of the stem there. So you have now completed 1/2, and you're going to just go ahead and repeat that, all right, by just doing the whole thing all over again. So 1 chain, and we're going to skip 4 stitches on that first stem, which is where we started, if you remember, and off you go again. So I won't show you that. We're just going to repeat what we've just done, and I will do that, work all the way around, and come back to you when it's ready to slip stitch to join. Okay, just on the last part of the double treble 3 together. Okay, yarn through all of them, 1 chain, and now I'm going to slip stitch into the first double that we made a million years ago on that first leaf. Slip. Okay, so we started here, we worked all the way around and behind our leaves, sorry, behind our roses, and everything has a leaf on it. We've got the 4 little ones in the center. I just need to sew these ends in, and then we are ready to move on to making the frame.